Hello YouTube, thank you for tuning into this wherever you are in the world. I'm Roger, welcome to my brand new attempt at a YouTube channel, and I'm going to be aiming to do some reviews of guitar amps and guitars and pedals, etc. Here's a disclaimer though, I am a complete novice at this. Did actually do a video, I think it was about 2008, on the Marshall Studio, the Marshall Vintage Modern combo, which I've actually still got over there. I did a video on that, 2008. Other than that, I've never done anything like this, so I'm a complete novice, so I apologise. I'm winging it, basically. But if it goes well, which I hope it will, I'll be able to do more videos, and hopefully somebody out there will get some sort of enjoyment from watching them. But anyway, none of this is going to look super duper polished the way a lot of YouTube videos do. It's just me winging it with I'm currently using my GoPro. I've got a couple of other little cameras that I might use along the way for different things. Yeah, I love watching YouTube reviews of gear and equipment. I spend a lot of time, actually, probably more time than I should, checking out different reviews and things on YouTube. So I thought, yeah, you know what, I'll make something myself. So I'm not a skilled, slick YouTuber, so I apologise for that. I think what probably I will do with a lot of my content is review it in a sort of like a live band setting. So I'll be looking at how stuff sounds with the band. I play in a pub covers band, rock covers band, called Surrounded by Morons, and we play live a few times a month around the northwest of England mainly, and it gives me the opportunity to try out my gear in a sort of live setting, whether that be the practice room or at the gigs itself. But today I want to focus on the JCM 800 head, which this thing I absolutely love, and the cab that goes with it. So yeah, I'm going to focus on that, talk a little bit about it, but then I'm going to take it with me tomorrow to the practice room, and I'll do like a proper review. I'm not going to play it in the house. I want to do it all in the practice room, crank it up and see how it sounds in a band setting, with a drummer and a bass player. Our singer is not going to be there tomorrow, so it's just going to be me, the drummer and a bass player, and we'll be playing stuff that hopefully will, help illustrate how this thing works in a live setting. I bought this from a friend of mine, really good friend of mine, used. It's a 2021 head and cab, and it's in this really nice snakeskin finish, which was a limited edition. It's kind of like a sort of burgundy, dark red sort of finish with black snakeskin, really nice, and it's obviously got the gold piping around there, and on the matching cab. The cab is, I believe, they are V-type speakers, which I think sound great. I've got some vintage greenbacks. I've got various other different speakers, vintage 30s as well. And when I say vintage greenbacks, I mean actual vintage greenbacks from 1969. One set of them, and I got another from I think the early 70s. And I've got vintage 30, much more modern, up-to-date ones in some of my cabs. And in that vintage modern combo, you've got the Hendrix style, the reissue greenbacks. I can't remember what they're called now. But they're great speakers as well. But these I think sound great, and I don't know. I think I've seen some reviews where some people seem to love them and some people don't. But personally, I think they sound great. So anyway, yeah, So tomorrow we'll get this down to the practice room, and we'll get it cranked up, and we'll film some playing, and you can hear how it sounds in a live band setting. So we're off to band practice. Another thing about this amp is how practical it is. I've got it in the boot. I mean, it's a big boot. I've got a 5 Series BMW, but it fits right in easily, because it's obviously in two bits, the head and the cab. You could so easily put it in the back of the car. It doesn't need to go in the boot. I actually got, one of the reasons I got 5 Series was because of the huge boot, so I could fit my 4x12 Marshall cab in the back, which obviously it does quite well. So if you've got a 4x12 cab and you're kind of looking for a saloon car, or well, any car I suppose that would carry it with quite a bit of ease, I can recommend the 5 Series BMW saloon. You call it something different in the United States. If anyone's watching this in the United States, do you call them a sedan, or is that what we call an estate? I'm not sure. Anyway, if in doubt, Google it. But just the standard 5 Series BMW I have. You know, obviously I'm going off on a tangent there, talking about 4x12 cabs. But yeah, tonight I'm going to be playing through the 2x12 Studio Classic. I can't remember what it is. It might be SC212, the code. I'm not sure. But it's the one that's obviously designed to go with the Studio Classic. I've also got a Studio Vintage head, and I will do a review on that in the same fashion sometime soon. But anyway, so we're on our way to practice. Yeah, it's nice and lightweight. I know potentially you know, that could have implications for the sound. Some might say that the sound is affected by the depth of the cab, etc. I'm sure there is some sort of difference, but what I find playing through this cab in the pubs that we play in, you know, bearing in mind they're not huge rooms, they are, you know, they're fairly small really. We do mic them up, so tonight when I play, I'm not going to be micing anything up. It's just going to be played in the room. But when we actually do gigs, we actually do mic up the cabs anyway, so it comes out the PA as well. So I think that really would sort of you know, counteract any sort of differences in terms of the cab in anywhere that's, you know, big enough that you need a PA. I mean, everywhere we play, we obviously have a PA because our singer sings through the, you know, so we supply our own PA. We've not yet played through anywhere that's got a house PA, or if they have, we've just used our own anyway, because we know how to set it all up. So so yeah, I'll probably do that in maybe a separate video, or I might dig out some old footage of it being played, you know, in a gig situation, and perhaps use that yeah, at some point. So yeah, hopefully that's hopefully this will be some use to somebody, what I'm planning to do tonight, and let's get some footage when we get to the practice room. See you there. So just to illustrate, this is 2x12, looks like a little mini 4x12, big set of steps. Look at this, one-handed. Try doing that with a 4x12, you've no chance. It's pretty light, not even breaking a sweat. And yeah, you just couldn't do that with a 4x12. So yeah, let's get it set up. hopefully the video will have been some use to somebody out there. I personally highly recommend the Studio Classic. Brilliant for gigging in you know, pubs and this kind of places that I play and that my band play in. It's perfect. I always have it the volume halfway roughly. I have it on the 20 watt mode, which is how it was in the videos there. I always play in 20 watt mode even though it goes down to 5. I find that the 5 watt mode loses headroom and yeah, just it just kind of, it can't quite compete as the way it needs to with the other instruments if you have it in 5 watt mode in a live setting, I find anyway. So I always have it on 20 with the band, and I tend to have everything more or less at noon and just kind of, you know, shape it a bit. Apart from the gain, I have that around 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and you know, use the pedals if I need a little bit more of a push. But I really recommend that amp to anybody. And yeah, if you're using it in a live setting, you will not be drowned out by the drummer. You know, there's more volume on tap than I was using there if needed. And you know, our drummer's quite a loud drummer as well, aren't they all? But you know, if I wanted to push it higher, I could. I've never had to go anywhere past noon up to now. In fact, you know, because it would be too loud for the pubs and the small places that we play. So yeah, I think it's great. Hopefully anyone watching will have been able to make their own, you know, mind up on whether they think it will be good for them. It sounds like JCM 800 to me. I know if you put them side by side, which some videos show, you know, the full-sized head has, you know, even more clout to it. And of course, if that's something that you need, then go and get, you know, a full-size JCM 800. But the Mini, as I call it, just is great. So I love it. Hope you've enjoyed the video. I'll do another video soon. If anyone's out there, if anyone likes this or wants to comment on it, feel free. Our singer wasn't present for any of the videos, so it's just us, just me, the bass player and the drummer. So excuse any of the vocals that are just kind of in the background there. It's just so that we know where we're up to in the song. Obviously, when we have a singer present, it's kind of easier to know where you're up to. So yeah, so anyway, thanks very much, and hope to do another video soon.